What's your greatest worry or insecurity when it comes to the speaking part of your exam? I think for a lot of people, it might be the fear of having a complete brain freeze right in the middle of the exam. Imagine that you're in the middle of your speaking test and suddenly the examiner throws at you a question that you're not able to answer straight away. Your mind's gone blank, you need a little bit more time to think about the question, but the problem is you don't have a little bit more time because you're right in the middle of a Cambridge exam, and with Cambridge, everything is timed. So what would you do in that situation? Let's take a look at an example question from Speaking Part 4. Some people believe that it doesn't matter if certain languages are allowed to die out. Do you agree? Okay, that was a little bit awkward, but let's see how we can turn a problem into an opportunity to showcase our English. In this video, I'm going to teach you a few filler sentences that you can use if you should find yourself in a similar situation. Queste espressioni assolvono fondamentalmente due funzioni. Uno, sembrerai comunque sicuro di te, super fluent, e comunque avrai dato all'esaminatore un qualcosa in termini di language per poterti valutare, e due, ti darai un po' più di tempo per farti venire in mente qualche cosa da dire in risposta alla domanda che ti è stata posta. Ok? Let's see how we can do this. That's an interesting question. I've never really thought about that before, but if I had to express an opinion, I would say that it's really sad that certain languages are just left to fade away. If you think about it, the last speakers of those languages will lose an important part of their culture and their identity. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. The candidate gave herself a little bit more time to think by saying, "That's an interesting question. I've never thought about that before. If I had to express an opinion, I would say that." E così facendo praticamente ha continuato a parlare e ha evitato di fare scena muta. Let's take a look at another example. Some people say that tourism can be bad for an area. What do you reckon? It's difficult to say, really. Let me think about that for a moment. I guess you could say that on the one hand, tourism brings in revenue and it creates new jobs. But on the other hand, it can also lead to problems such as overcrowding. So that's a really difficult question. It's a tough one. Now let's take a look at some other examples. Ingrandiamo prima la slide. Here are some other expressions that you can use to give yourself some extra time to think. That's a really interesting question to answer. I reckon that actually I have thought about this before, and I feel that that's a tricky question. Let me consider that for a moment. Okay, I would say that. Now, remember, when you're using these expressions, make sure that you sound interested in the examiner's question and say these filler sentences slowly. Why? Because you want to show the examiner that you're actually thinking while you are speaking. Quindi, come vedi, se non ti venisse subito in mente una risposta a una delle domande dell'esaminatore, puoi tranquillamente adottare questa strategia per continuare a parlare e comunque fare una buona impressione sugli esaminatori, ok? L'importante però è che ti cominci ad esercitare subito con queste espressioni prima del tuo esame, in maniera tale che tu possa sembrare il più naturale possibile qualora ti dovesse capitare di bloccarti durante l'esame. Guys, that's all for today. Let me know if you found this useful. If you did, follow this guy's advice. Until next time, goodbye.